from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
The Henrico school system and 11 others in the state are at odds with new Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. Will tell you what might happen coming up on today's Henrico News Minute. It's Tuesday, January 18th, 2022.
And now for the news.
Well, showdown is brewing between new Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin and a number of school systems in the state, including Henrico. On Saturday, Youngkin issued an executive order ending the statewide mask mandate for schools and telling parents that their students didn't need to abide by local mask mandates either if they didn't want to. In Henrico, the school system Sunday night cited a state law that it claims gives it the power to require masks inside schools despite Youngkin's executive order. The existing law, which is based on Senate Bill 1303 that was passed last year, requires schools to follow guidelines from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to the greatest extent practicable. For now, CDC guidelines recommend using masks in school buildings, and the school system said that it will continue to require them. The governor's order takes effect next Monday, but Henrico and at least 11 other school divisions in the state, including some large ones like Fairfax, Prince William, Loudoun, Roanoke, and Richmond, have announced that they'll keep their mask requirements in place as well. Ultimately, many observers think this will be decided in a court. Delegate Schuyler Van Valkenburg of Henrico, who contributed to the language in the state law that requires the schools to follow CDC guidance, told the Citizen that he expects that at some point a student in one of the school districts that is continuing to implement mask mandates will refuse to wear one and be punished, and at that point a lawsuit becomes likely. Henrico Senator Siobhan Dunavant, who was the one who introduced the Senate bill that became law, yesterday released a statement that said in part, quote, Senate Bill 1303 does not mandate the use of masks in school because the CDC does not mandate masks, end quote. You can read much more about this topic. It's a hot one right now on henricocitizen.com by clicking on News and then Education. A suspect in 2 early morning robberies Monday is in police custody, but Henrico Police are seeking additional information from anyone who might have it about the robberies that took place in the 800 and 900 blocks of East Parham Road just around 2 a.m. 2 commercial businesses were robbed. Police identified a suspect from 2 descriptions and detained that person. If you have any additional information, call Crime Stoppers at 780-1000. For the first time so far this year, Henrico has witnessed consecutive days with fewer than 500 new confirmed COVID-19 cases apiece. The county's now averaging about 640 new daily cases in the past week, down from a peak of 700 January 12th. That's following back-to-back days with 469 and 453 new cases, respectively, according to the Virginia Department of Health. Now, those official case counts generally are becoming less significant because of the explosion of at-home testing, which means many cases are never reported to the state. But the official numbers generally are believed to reflect overall community trends. And the recent downward trend could be the first signal that the Omicron wave of the virus has peaked here locally. The county witnessed just 2 new virus-related hospitalizations during the weekend. It's seen only 5 COVID-related deaths so far this year. 3 county meetings coming up starting today that you may want to be aware of. The Brooklyn District Supervisor Dan Schmidt will host a virtual Brooklyn Beat meeting tonight to highlight the work of district residents who serve on Henrico County boards and commissions. That meeting starts at 6:45 p.m. It will explain how the residents' contributions enhance the county's programs, services, and qualities of life. You can participate through WebEx. Find that link, visit henrico.us/supervisors/Brooklyn-district. Tomorrow night, Fairfield District Supervisor Frank Thornton will hold a virtual meeting for his district. That will begin at 6:30 p.m., also available through WebEx. If you'd like to join that one, visit henrico.us/supervisors/Fairfield-district. That meeting will highlight the county's new reapportionment plan as well as programs and resources that are available for older residents. And then on Thursday, Varina District Supervisor Tyrone Nelson will host his community conversations meeting virtually. 2 sessions will be held that day at 10 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. Nelson will be joined by County Manager John Vitulkas and other county officials. Vitulkas will provide an overview of Henrico's state of the county. Find a link for the meetings at henrico.us/supervisors/Varina-district.